Hi, I'm Elizabeth Graham, and we're going to be going over school and dorms. That covers a lot of questions like organization, classes, suite mates, maybe if you have a bad roommate. We're going to make sure you have a great year, so don't worry. Now, first up is time management, which means paying attention to your class and study time. It's important to be organized. Everybody stays organized in a different way, but I would definitely suggest getting a planner for sure. That is a do for freshman year. Because you get a lot of assignments, and it's different than high school. You don't get, okay guys, this assignment's going to be due in a week. The professors normally tell you once during your lecture or post it on a website of some sort, but that's about it. It's crucial that you pay attention to your deadlines. So getting a planner allows you to map it out and write in things in advance, maybe write in exams or quizzes. So that way, you know, okay, I have a test in 2 weeks. I should probably start studying here, or maybe I should start this paper here so that way I don't have to rush it, because it is not fun procrastinating and trying to write a 5 to 7 page paper in 2 hours and it's already 2 a.m. It's not good, and your work isn't as good as it could be. So definitely get a planner. And it's easy if you write it in on the day that it's due. Because I used to write it in just in general on a list, and then I would forget, oh, that was due Sunday or that was due Friday. So make sure you write it in each day it's due. It's just easier to look at because then you know what's coming up and what you have to focus on first. And if you really want to be organized, you can see that I do certain things in purple and certain things in pink. That's because purple was math and pink was science. That way I could keep them separated, because I know a lot of them, especially science, will have labs and quizzes and homework assignments, and it's just a mess if you don't organize it the right way. So if you do that, it'll be so much easier. And plus, if you get involved in extracurricular activities like sports or clubs, there's a lot of meetings a month or even a week, and then you're able to separate extracurriculars and your homework, and then you arrive on time and you turn in your stuff on the deadline. So then you're a good student. Also, make sure that you stay focused in class. That is very important, because it's easy, I know, when the professor is going on and you're tired or you're bored, or like I've been in the situation, you just don't understand the subject, so it's not very interesting at all. Actually, according to Nottingham Trent University, people spend an average of 5 hours per day on their phone. So if you think about an 8-hour day of school, how many hours you're in class, if you have an hour and 15 class a couple times a week, that's a lot of time that you're on your phone. And most of the time, it's probably when you're in class. So try to either leave your phone on silent in your backpack or not to check it as much, and be focused when you're on a computer. Because I know a lot of professors allow you to have a computer in there to type notes or to follow along on the syllabus or something. Try not to have a couple tabs open when you're watching YouTube or you're searching online on Facebook, because then you focus on your website and not what the professor is saying. So then sometimes you focus on the wrong thing, and then you realize he's talking and you have no idea where he's going with that because you missed the last 20 minutes of what he said. So make sure you really put in 100% effort in class, because it pays off. The homework and everything else adds up, and then you have a safety net if you feel less confident in the exam towards the end of the class. And it's like, okay, well, I did well the rest of the semester, so I think I can still do okay in this exam. And it's not, your whole entire grade writing on it. And Campus Technology actually found that during the typical 4 years students spend in college classrooms, they may be distracted an average of 2/3 of the school year, which means you probably have a bunch of things you're doing with friends, clubs, and your homework. That's a lot to deal with. So if you're organized and you stay focused on the right things, it's going to pay off. Because at the end of the day, you came to college for an education. You can still enjoy all the other stuff, but you need to put school first. And especially if your parents are paying for it, because they want to make sure that you succeed. They want to see you do well in life. Next up is dorms. Now, there's a lot of different situations that you can have with dorms. You can either have maybe just one other person, or you're doing a suite mate, which means that you have 2 other people, and then you're sharing a bathroom, and you have 2 other people on the other side of the room, which would be you and your roommate. Now, you really need to make sure that you respect everybody's privacy and they respect yours. Maybe set some rules like, okay, we're not going to share food unless we ask, and my food will be on this side of the fridge and yours will be on this one. That way you guys are being respectful of each other and their space, because you're sharing this room and you're going to be in your dorm a lot, more than you realize. George Mason University actually found that 5.6% of undergraduates reported that roommate difficulties hindered their academic performance, which is more than the 4% of students who said that alcohol use did the same. That's because you're spending a lot of time in your dorm room. When you're not in class, you're usually in your dorm room, which means you're going to be in that space a lot. So if you're a clean freak and your roommate is messy, maybe talk to that person about setting some boundaries and making sure that they don't put a lot of mess into your side, or maybe sharing some cleaning responsibilities, because that's another thing. You would think with 4 girls, I was like, okay, this will be fine. We're not going to have a messy bathroom. The bathroom got pretty messy really easily. So my suite mates and I try to have a plan where one of us would clean something one week and one of us would clean something the other week. That way you share the responsibilities, because again, you're sharing the space for a whole year. If you do this and maybe find some common interest with your roommates and your suite mates, then it won't be so bad. I promise you. There's almost never a bad roommate, and it's just little things that you guys can talk about and work out. And if you truly do have a bad roommate, maybe try talking to that person or talking to your RA about it and figuring out how you can try to fix it or adjust so that you're not miserable the entire year, and maybe that person is miserable too. So you can help fix that too. Next up, we have social life and what to avoid with Rachel. On you.